in celebration of Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl's release on Friday, a few days ago. I just wanted to talk about some some team ideas. I've been a huge fan of Pokemon like all my life, so when I heard remakes of my two favorite games were coming out, I was more than excited. Now, before we talk about my team ideas and even some team ideas that I saw on Reddit when I did a post about it, I would like to talk about my most recent team. But before that, I would like to talk about my team growing up. When I was a child, I would always pick Infernape. Infernape would always be my starter. On few occasions, I'll talk about those in a bit. But yeah, Infernape would always be my starter. I can't remember his name. I always reset my file, so I wouldn't remember his name. I have terrible memory when it comes to that. And my second Pokemon would always be Staraptor, because obviously you have to pick the starter bird, like the regional bird is what I mean. You always have to pick the regional bird. And you always gotta pick Luxray. He's like in the first routes. You always gotta pick him up also. And I'm not sure who else I picked. I'm sure I had Gastrodon. Gastrodon, it was my water type because I always thought he was cool. And for my next Pokemon, it would always be Scizor, because Scizor is my favorite Pokemon. And for like the longest time, I thought he was from Gen 4. He's not from Gen 4. He's from Gen 2 actually, which was mind blowing to me when I found out like not that long ago. Like probably when I started my newest platinum run. That's when I found out. And you always gotta pick Garchomp. You always have to have that OP pseudo legendary in your team. That was always that was like my most common team when growing up. Speaking of the few times that I didn't choose Infernape as my starter, I chose Turtwig, and but it wasn't a solo Turtwig run. I chose the other two and transferred them to other files, and then transferred them back to so I could have like the three starters on one run, and that was a pretty fun run. I can't remember any of the names though. I'm like, yeah, I can't remember. I was young. I was like really young, probably like 12. I was like 12, yeah, or something like that. And one time I was like in the third grade, and I accidentally chose Piplup. And since I didn't at the time, I didn't mean to choose Piplup. It was kind of an accident. I meant to name him Poo Poo because I hated that I accidentally chose him. But I named him Popo because I was a stupid 7-year-old who doesn't know how to spell poo poo. So I got stuck with Popo the Piplup, and he became one of my favorite starters. It was a good run with Popo. As for my new recent team, I chose Infernape. You always got to choose the fire monkey. He's so cool. And his name is Goku. All these are anime based names, so you're gonna keep hearing a lot of anime. Yeah, I chose Infernape. I named him Goku. And again, I just can't not pick this guy. I got Staraptor, and I named him Nimbus. I don't know what it is about Staraptor. He's just really dope. like really dope. Like holy shit, he's dope. Like cool. And I got a Leafy on, and I named him Spike, like Spike Spiegel from Cowboy Bebop. He was originally a Luxray, but I swapped him out because I don't know what it was, but Luxray, he did something that pissed me off. I can't remember what it was. But I always thought Luxray was kind of bad, like even as a child, because he would like if he doesn't hit first, he just always died. And it must have been something like that. He just died, and I got really mad. So I swapped him out for Leafeon, named Spike. My next team member is a Gastrodon named. I named him Kamina after Kamina from Gurren Lagann. And yeah, he's dope. He's a Gastrodon. Like, what else is there to say? And the next Pokemon is a what's this Pokemon's name? Hold up. Is a Frostlass. I named her Mizure after Mizure Shirayuki from a lesser known anime, Rosario Vampire. It's very not well known, so you should check it out. It's entertaining. Episode 10 of season 2 is really good, but the rest of season 2 is not good. And you should read the manga instead, so yeah, that's all I'll say. And for the last Pokemon, it had to be Garchomp. Always have to have that strong pseudo legendary. And it is a Garchomp named Albion. I think it's from High School DD, like, you know, Albion the dragon. I think that's where I got his name from. I'm not too sure though. And now to talk about some of Reddit's teams. So this guy on Reddit just said, "Don't know. I'm doing a type of Nuzlocke." So dope. I'm excited for your Nuzlocke team. And some guy just responded with, "I'm beyond hyped for Floatzel." Nice. I'm excited for your Floatzel team. And then someone responded with the, maybe Spiritomb is easier. I don't know if Spiritomb would be any easier. I don't know why he would, but I seriously doubt it. And this is my favorite comment. This is my favorite team. Where he says, "I'm just going to go full monkey mode, and make my 7-year-old self proud." That is correct. That is the true way to play Pokemon, with only your starter. And this is the first team. This guy says Quagsire, really? Quagsire, Bronzong, Skuntank, Abomasnow, Heracross, and Noctowl, which is a interesting team, to say the least. And he just decided that he would just try different teams, is what his response was to me. This other Reddit user said Torterra, Gyarados, Honchkrow, Luxray, Mamoswine, and Skuntank, which is a pretty cool team, I'd say. Except for, Luxray. And then this one will be using the Chad, Empoleon, Roserade, Luxray, Togekiss, Houndoom, and Gallade. A lot of Luxrays I see. It is kind of a meme that Luxray is overused. And this guy still doesn't know his team, so he just said Torterra, Drifblim, Bronzong, and Lumineon, which is cool starting off with those three. I don't know about Lumineon though, But yeah, it would be an interesting team to see. As for my team, I will use Infernape. Obviously, yeah, I have to use the Fire Monkey. He's just too cool. And Staraptor, but thinking it over, I might use Gliscor because he's also pretty cool. I might use Gliscor as my flying type instead. And Roserade because I've always wanted to use one and I've never got around to using one, which is sad. And for my fourth team member, it has to be Floatzel for the same reason that I want to use Roserade. I've always wanted to, but I never got the chance, and now would be my chance. I think Garchomp is gonna stay because I have to have Garchomp. Like, yeah, it's the pseudo legendary of the game. I think I need it, and maybe Lucario. I'm not too sure about Lucario anymore. I might get someone else. Maybe you could comment down below telling me who I could get for my sixth member, but I'm not too sure. And maybe I could play it on the channel. I'm not too sure about that either. But yeah, I know this is different than the content I've been doing up till now. Or I guess it's kind of in line, but my past 3 videos were a bit different. This is along the lines of content that I want to do. I'm not too sure on what I want to do still yet on YouTube. I'm still kind of figuring that out. But I would appreciate it if you stuck around. And if you liked my video or my voice or whatever, you could go ahead and drop a like and subscribe. That would be much appreciated. But that's about everything. So, see ya.